Hi, Sean Haynes at the Ag Center. Your weekly rundown on commodity prices here in the Valley. Dairy prices recovered a little bit this week despite the tariff effects. No real tariffs have been put in place, so a lot of the pricing that was put in there really didn't come to fruition. So price moved up about 20-30 cents. Looks like March is going to finish out about 18.76 with an 18.23 average moving out through July of next year so far, which puts most guys in the black. Kind of this return to profitability and continuing constraint on heifer numbers has really pushed up the heifer costs again. So replacement heifers top end moved at $4,400 per head last week. It's the highest I've ever seen them, and I think it's going to be here for a little while yet to stay. Bull calf prices on the dairy side: beef on dairy cross calves at $960, Holstein bull calves at $550 per head. Still a lot of constraint in the beef markets, keeping prices high, with 4.5 wheat steers still trading in the $410 to $420 range. Overland this week, which is a major source of information for us and sales on these crossbred animals, has actually added an additional sale this month because of the demand. They'll be selling every 2 weeks. We'll have some additional information for you guys that used to be monthly from now on. It may cause some extra fluctuations of calf prices as well. But in the short term, I think there's no real relief coming on beef prices anytime soon as consumers continue to buy heavily, and even the tariff restrictions that have been put on with China really not going to affect us so much as we'll be able to back off on Mexican cattle purchases and Canadian cattle purchases because of the tariffs been put on those as well. Feed costs come off a little bit, and the winter forage come down. Seeing some prices as low as $25 and averaging about $35 per ton for wheat silage up north market. South market still about $10 per ton more than that. A lot of guys looking at the milk check and saying they're not going to pay that much for feed. It's kind of been a decline. No real change on hulls, and then corn prices are still looking at the $65 to $75 range up north, and maybe a little higher as we go south. We'll have to see what actually happens when planting goes in, but that's where we're at. Tomato prices kind of settle in about the 108 to 110 per ton for this year, and then all-in prices moving up despite tariff threats and issues, about 10 cents. We're looking at about 270 for nonpareils, 260 for independents, and about 254 for Californias. Add about 10 12 cents for that for in-shell. Still very profitable for all these folks. I think we're going to continue to see that as long as no additional tariffs get laid in from all these other countries buying. China's got some in there, but realistically haven't put on as many as they would expect so far. So that's what I've got this week for prices on commodities here in California. Thanks.